Hey guys, it's Kate here and welcome back to another video. Today I have If He Had Been With Me and If Only I Had Told Her, both by Laura Nolan. So these are the covers. This is the first one and this is the second one. I will give you guys my honest opinion on these. The first was a 4 and the second was a 5 for me. I was told by a friend that this was gonna if he had been with me was gonna be a heartbreaking one for me and it'd be difficult to go to the second one, which a lot of people did mention. But for me, I had difficulty with the second one, but felt okay after the first one. If you're not familiar with them, we have Finney and Autumn, right? And they have grown up together, but once they get to middle school, things change, and like they're both in their own heads and have different perspectives as to like what is actually going on. So they go their separate ways, have different clubs, are completely different people from each other, and like paths keep bringing them back because they do live next to each other, but just like the circumstances of things brings them together. It comes to the point where Autumn and Finn end up in a situation where like they kind of need each other. Truth are being talked about, opening up. They're in this like space that I've never been before because they were all up in their heads and making assumptions as to like what actually was happening at that time, right? This just doesn't last long. If He Had Been With Me is Autumn's point of view. We see everything through her eyes. We don't get much as to what happens in general towards the end. And also, I was a little confused in the end. But once I read If Only I Had Told Her, which this one broke me. Like, Finney's point of view just broke my heart. I was like, oh my god, no. And like obviously they were very mature. Like they were middle schoolers when like this like drifting apart happened. And then they were like literally going into turning 19 when like this happened, right? It was very difficult for both of them, but Finney's point of view broke my heart. We also see Jack's point of view, which is one of their friends, and we do end up the book with Autumn's point of view. And there's so many things that happen that I agree. If only he had told her, they wouldn't be in this situation. And I do love how the author, like I love when authors do this, where the title ends up in the book somewhere and it makes complete sense. So yeah, I was heartbroken by this one. I didn't feel it in this one. Like yes, it was sad. What ended up happening was sad, but I wasn't heartbroken until I read the second book. Yes. Would I recommend these to people? Yeah. But you guys know what type of topics I put out there. So yeah, I would recommend this. But bring some tissues just in case. You know? Just in case. If my husband were to like listen to these, he would probably be like, oh, but then like when you get to a point, he would probably be heartbroken. So yeah, that is where I stand with these books. I really did enjoy them. I cannot believe it took me this long to read them because they are YA and they have been out for a very long time. But I did enjoy them. I do feel that they were worth reading. So that is my opinion on them. I think they were written in a way that like you can easily read them as a teenager and not overly complicated, which I understand a lot of people are like, oh well, like it's like not literary fiction. Guys, chill. It's a young adult book. But I do believe that it was written in a way that everyone could read them and still enjoy them. Like, yeah. with tissues, obviously. But alright guys, I'm going to leave this video here and I'm going to see you guys later. So, alright, I hope you guys have a good day and I will see you on Sunday. Alright guys, bye.